Hey all, my name is Paul Borowski and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan, and what I'd like to do today is to show y'all how to have financial projections, specifically pro forma retail store financial projections, ready in about 30 minutes or less. So the way this video is going to work out excuse me, is I'm going to kind of zip through some expectations, set some expectations for you for the video. Then I'm going to dive into my tutorial and showing you how to go ahead and modify one of my financial projection templates, specifically again for the retail store, how to modify that and customize it to meet your needs and have your pro forma financial projections, like I said, ready in about 30 minutes. So some expectations. First and foremost, when you're going to go ahead and do your financial projections for a retail store, you can A, go ahead and create your own financial model, or B, you can customize a financial model that's already designed towards a retail store. And that's what I've done is I do sell on my website a retail store financial projection model that you can go ahead and purchase, and I'll show you at the end of the video that you can purchase it, but I'm going to show you how to customize that. So like I said, your projections are ready in 30 minutes or less. There are some limitations to the financial projection model. First and foremost, I do all my financial projection models in Excel, so they are not going to be convertible to the Apple products or your Google Docs. So there is some limitations to that. And also, for all my financial templates, all my business plan templates, especially for the retail store, and financial projection models, I do not offer free phone support. So if you have some questions before you purchase, you want to talk to me about the retail store, financial projections, or the financial business plan template, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. Be delighted to have the conversation. After you purchase it and you need some assistance, I would refer you to the tutorials, and I have a lot of tutorials showing you how to use my custom financial models and my business plan templates. All right, so with that said, let me go ahead and next introduce myself, give you a little bit of background about me, and then we'll dive into this customized financial model, or how to customize it for your retail store. First and foremost, I am a professional financial projection modeler and also a business plan writer. So if you need some assistance, you tried the template and it's just not working for you, you tried the financial model and those numbers are just, they're mountains instead of numbers to you. You need some assistance, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. Be delighted to help you write your business plan or complete your financial model, financial projections for you. Not a problem. Also, if you just need that little nudge that you're like 90% there with your business plan, you're 97% there with your financial model, but you might not understand some of the terminology for the finance, or some of the structures kind of throwing you for a loop, I do have some business plan writing books and also some introductory finance, understanding financial projection books on Amazon. So all you gotta do is just go over to Amazon.com, plug in my name, and voila, the books will be plentiful. And finally, a little bit of education about myself. I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert for business and finance. I design finance courses for colleges. I'm pretty steeped with knowledge in both categories. So I do have some background supporting some of my thoughts and ideas as related to business plan writing and financial modeling. All right. Game on. So when you're going to go do your retail store financial projection, like I said, you got two options. You can go ahead and create your own financial model, or you can go ahead and purchase a template that is geared towards a retail store financial projections. And that's what I offer on my website, is to be able to buy the retail store financial model. So when you do purchase the model, if you do purchase the model, what you're going to do is you're going to have an Excel template, and it's going to look kind of like this. Actually, it's not going to look kind of like this. It's going to be exactly like this, or very similar to this. And all my financial models, I've got 4 tabs. You're going to have the information page, all the changes that you're going to want to make for any of the financial projections, whether it be for the 12-month profit and loss or the income statement for the next 5 years. You're going to make the changes on this one page right here. On the financial projections tab right here, this is just a summary, a highlight, just give you some thoughts and ideas on how to use this information. Just some summaries, some charts for some financial highlights, and just some summaries for the financial projections. On this tab right here is going to be your Profit and loss for the next 12 months, the way it's broken up: pro forma income statement, year 1, quarter 1, month 1 through 3, quarter 2, 4 through 6, quarter 3, month 7 through 9, and so on. And then this tab right here is going to be your pro forma financial income statement for the next 5 years, year 1 through year 5, revenues to the net income. So all of the changes that you make here will roll into the profit and loss statement, and it will also roll into your pro forma income statement as well, and also update the highlight section of the model. So in this page right here, this is your home page. This is where you're gonna make all your changes. It is broken into sections as well. Love my sections. This section right here is gonna be your daily sales, daily revenues. This is gonna be your labor. How many people are you gonna have, your management team and such. This is your startup cost. How much money are you gonna have to spend to get this party started? And then your monthly fixed costs will be right here, and then various growth rates and loan information. All right, so let's start from the top once we get, and then from there we'll go right through it, and once we get to the end, we'll stop. At the top is going to be your revenue generators. Anywhere you see these little darker blue cells, that's the information you can change. If it's not a darker blue cell like this, please don't change that information. You very well could break the financial model, and it would be very difficult to fix. You'll probably wind up starting over. All right, so the way I set up my revenues is for retail stores. We don't know if we're going to be selling, 10 bikes or 15 helmets or 17 knee pads. We don't know the breakdown of that. A, because we haven't started it, and B, even if we started a retail store and we tried to guess how many products we're going to sell, we're not going to be able to do that because we're going to be based on historical events, and we don't know what's changing in our external environment that's going to impact our sales. I mean, we can very well run an advertisement and it's going to increase our sales for bicycles. We just don't know how much. But what we can do is estimate how much each customer is going to sell, how much each customer is going to spend when they walk into our store. And that's something that we can justify and say, you know what, we can't estimate the bicycles, we can't estimate the skateboards we're going to sell, or anything like that, but we can estimate our retail sales, and on average per customer, either A, based on watching, just visiting some competitors, or B, a little bit of research as to the profits and losses of specific products. But for this particular example right here, we are going to estimate that each customer that walks in our door, we're going to target them to spend about $75. So we know that if we can get the customers to spend $75, we're on target for a financial model. The next thing we need to know, we're going to do is we're going to estimate that we can get 25 people in the door. So if we can get 25 people in the door, then again, that's going to be our benchmark, is we're shooting for 25 people in the door. The next is going to be the variable cost. VC is variable cost. And that's how much money did we spend for the raw materials or for the products. If we're going to sell bicycles, how much did it cost us for the little belly thing on the handlebar? How much did it cost, to build the bike? How much did it cost for the actual handlebars and the bike frame and the tires and the chain or whatever? Or how much did it cost us to buy that bike from the manufacturer? So the variable cost is going to be how much we paid for the bike, and the sales price is going to be, or the average sales price is going to be how much we anticipate the customer spending. So for this particular model right here for our retail store, we're anticipating that each customer walking the door is going to spend about $75 in buying some products. We're going to get 25 people in the door, and our variable cost is about 40%. So if somebody spends $75, it's going to cost us $30 in raw material or in purchasing those goods. The next thing we're going to estimate is going to be the days per week that we're going to be working. If we're going to be working 7 days a week, like most retail stores are, then we're going to put 7 right here. If we're going to be closed on Sundays or Mondays or Tuesdays or one of the days, then we would change that 7 to 6. Once we change that, you will see that these numbers right here are changing, which is just tied into all of our models. It just tells me what the revenues are going to be and the net profits based on what we have. So I'm going to keep our store open at about 7 days right now. The next is going to be the labor section. How much do we want to pay the executive team? The ownership is going to be under the salary. So the salary right here, and we can go ahead and change that. That might be a light blue, but this is definitely something that we can change. So you can change the salary. Also, here is going to be the managers. So how many managers are we going to have? If we're going to have 1, put it right here under number. And then the rate of pay, make sure when you're doing your rate of pay, include your taxes if you have to pay any kind of taxes or any kind of benefits. Make sure to include that in the hourly rate. So for this example right here, we're paying our manager $18, and we have one manager, and hours is 172. 172 is a 40-hour work week. Next is going to be employees. For employees, I'm saying we're going to have 4, and we're going to be paying them about $14 an hour, and they're all going to be full-time. If they're going to be part-time, then what we would do is we'd put a little equal sign out here, take that 172, divide it by 2, is going to give us 86. So we would go with 86 hours. So if it's going to be a part-time, we're going to change that to 86 hours. And then again, you can see what happens right here when we start changing these numbers. Move it back to 172. Our net profits are changing as we're making these changes as well. The next step is going to be our startup costs. How much is it going to cost us to either A, get this party started, or B, to expand our party to include additional stores throughout the area or what have you. So the startup costs are going to be, the first 2 lines right here is going to be our investment. So I'm saying that you're making an equity investment, or this fictitious company is making an equity investment of $25,000. And then we're going to take a loan out for $175,000. Total investment is going to be $200,000. 25 plus 75 is $200,000. And these 2 lines right here need to equal up to this $200,000 down here. The next, what I've done is I've identified some specific categories that are typical for retail stores: furnishings, miscellaneous equipment, inventory. You can see the inventory is quite high. I've estimated that. Supplies, advertising, hiring and training, office equipment, licenses, and then the wonderful catch-all. And anytime you start a company, especially a retail store, it's almost like Christmas every month. You're going to have surprise after surprise coming at you, and you need to be prepared for it. And that's going to be your miscellaneous cost budget. All right, so once you have your startup costs ready to roll, next thing is going to be your monthly fixed costs. So for this particular example, estimate the rent is going to be about $3,500, utilities $450, office expenses $250. Feel free to make these changes right here. Advertising for most retail stores, you are going to be dropping a chunk of change, for your advertising, whether it be for traditional advertising or social media advertising, internet advertising, what have you. But if you're not going to drop $2,500, you can change it to $1,500. Not only does this pie chart update, but also our net profits as well. And then finally is going to be some growth rates right here. You can change the anticipated growth rates for year 1 through year 5. Change your cost of goods growth rates. And then finally down here is going to be the loan information section. So when you put in dollar amount right here for this loan, in this particular example, it's $175,000. It carries down to here, and then what we can do is we can change the interest rate, and we can also change the term. How long are we going to have it? Is it going to be 10 years? Is it going to be 15 years? Is it going to be 30 years? It's going to be 5 years. So we can change that term, and then all of the information is going to again update accordingly, and then the profit and loss for 12 months and the income statement as well. All right, so hopefully y'all can see that by using this financial model, you are able to customize it to meet the needs of pretty much any retail store that's going to be out there, just based on the structure that I've provided. If this is something that's going to float your boat, crumble your cookie, make you happy, help you with your business plan, help you with your financial projections, whether it be for the business plan for you to use in predicting your sales, or just for benchmarks, whatever you're going to use it for. If it's going to be something that's going to be helpful, just zip over to my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/retail store business plan template. And then once you get here, you just scroll down a little bit here, and you're going to see, click here to buy now. You click there, you'll be able to buy not only the business plan template for the retail store, but also the financial model. And then right here, I've got some videos, some tutorials for you. Right here is how to use the retail store business plan template. And then right here is going to be this video for how to use the financial model and customize it for the retail store. All right, so hopefully this information was helpful. And as always, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and have a great day. Thank you.